you don't want to be rude. You want to sound polite, you want to express yourself and not appear demanding and rude when speaking in English. But sometimes you may use the wrong word, wrong expression, and English speakers may think that you're rude. In this video lesson, I'll be sharing with you tips to help you sound politer, sound a little bit smarter and professional when speaking in English. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. Guys, in this video lesson, we'll be looking at sentences, rude sentences, and how we can make them politer so that you better understand your mistakes and know exactly how to fix them when speaking in English. Let's begin by looking at the first sentence. This presentation is awful. This presentation is awful. Now guys, okay, think about it a little bit. If your boss is telling you, hey, this presentation is awful, how are you going to feel? The word awful has a lot of negative connotation to it. You're probably going to feel bad, upset, think, hey, what's wrong with me? You don't want to be using this sentence, especially in a polite and a formal setting, but a better way of rephrasing this sentence is by saying, this presentation is not up to standard. This presentation is not up to standard. Now here, by rewording it, saying, hey, it's not up to standard, you're telling that person, yeah, it's not good, but it's not atrocious. It's not awful. You can fix it, make it a little bit better by meeting our standards. Careful pronunciation. This presentation is not up to our standards. This presentation is not up to our standards. Now, if you're at work, maybe you're at school, maybe you're talking with friends, and somebody keeps asking you questions and you really don't want to answer their questions, and you feel the need to tell them, leave me alone. Now guys, this sentence here is very direct and very rude. If somebody told me this, leave me alone, I'd be like, dude, what did I do to you, okay? It's too direct to be using, especially in polite settings, people that you don't know really well. It is okay to be using it in an argument and somebody's just like, annoying you and maybe they're abusing you. Leave me alone is okay to be using. It's actually good to be using this setting. But if you find yourself in a setting where you don't want to answer that person's questions, then you could use the phrase, sorry, but I'm a little bit busy now. Sorry, but I'm a little bit busy now. This is a very polite, very proper way of saying, hey, just leave me alone in English. I use this all the time when somebody's asking me all questions. I just say, hey, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy right now. Keep in mind, guys, that native English speakers, me, myself included, we don't like a lot of confrontation, and we show this and express this with language. If you're telling us, leave me alone, we're like, okay, I'll never speak to you again. But if you reworded it and said, sorry, I'm a little bit busy now, we're like, oh, okay, so maybe you won't answer now or she, but they may answer at a later date. Careful pronunciation. Sorry, I'm a little bit busy right now. Now, I do understand in that setting, you may have the urge to tell the person to go away, or to get lost. These are very informal. They are okay to be using with friends and family, not with people that you don't have a good relationship with, but a nicer way, a politically correct way of telling somebody to go away could be using the phrase, can we talk a little later? By using this phrase, you're expressing that you don't have time, you're busy, and you're telling them to go away, but very nicely in English. Careful pronunciation. Can we talk a little later? Can we talk a little later? Now, if you find yourself in a situation that somebody has an idea, but you don't think it's a good idea, now instead of saying that's a bad idea, it'd be nicer, more politically correct, is by using the phrase, I'm not so sure that's a good idea. I'm not so sure that's a good idea. Guys, here you are not directly telling them that it's a bad idea, but here by saying, I'm not so sure, so you're expressing, first of all, that you're acknowledging what they're thinking, what they're saying, and by saying, I'm not so sure that's a good idea, you're using positive connotations to express something that's bad. Remember guys, native English speakers, me, myself included, we don't like to be direct. So here we are telling you or somebody else that their idea, it stinks, it's not so good, but in a very nice way. Careful pronunciation. I'm not so sure that's a good idea. I'm not so sure that's a good idea. Now, if you find yourself meeting somebody for work purposes for the first time, maybe you're out at a networking event, maybe you're at an exhibition, whatever it is, and you want to ask them for their business card. Instead of saying, give me your business card, give me your business card. Guys, this is actually very direct. If you told me, Adriana, give me your business card, I'd be like, hey, I don't have to give anything to you. Take a step back, okay? Relax. But there is a nicer, politer way of expressing this, and that would be using the phrase, do you mind if I take your business card? Do you mind if I take your business card? So notice my reaction before. I was like, hey, okay, calm down. I don't need to give you anything. But if you ask me saying, do you mind? I don't mind. I don't have a problem giving it to you. You didn't demand it from me. So you reworded it. You're a lot more nicer, a lot more politer, and I'm more than happy to give it to you. Careful pronunciation. Do you mind if I take your business card? Do you mind if I take your business card? Having a look at the sentence, can I sit here? Can I sit here? This isn't bad to be using with friends and family, people that you know really well, but a politer way of expressing this with people that you don't know, maybe in public transport or at a meeting, at a conference, would be using the phrase, would you mind if I sat here? Would you mind if I sat here? This is a very polite phrase, and I do suggest that you use this when speaking to people that you don't have a good relationship with. Careful pronunciation. Would you mind if I sat here? Would you mind if I sat here? Now the next phrase, come here. Oh, what am I doing? Come here. Okay, so notice how I'm just like doing this, like come here, come here. Guys, this is not very polite. It's okay to be using in informal settings, maybe with immediate family, but come here is so direct. It's almost an order. You're ordering somebody to come here. There is a politer way of expressing this, and this is using modal verbs. For example, could you come here? Could you come here? So yes, you are still ordering people around, but you are asking them permission. With come here, it's just an order. Come here now, okay? Very, very direct. But here you are asking them. So it's not so direct, and it's great to be using with people that you don't know really well. Careful pronunciation. Could you come here? Could ya? Could ya? Connected speech. Could you come here? Could you come here? Also, nobody really likes to be rejected, right? So simply by just saying no can be very blunt. A lot of English speakers use no thanks, sorry no, to reject ideas, to be politer, especially in work, business settings, and with people that you don't know really well. Careful pronunciation. Sorry, it's not sorry no, or no thanks. No thanks. Now, if you find yourself in a situation that you need to borrow something from somebody, for example, computer. So a very direct way of expressing this would be, I need your computer. This is very direct because, hey, it's my computer. I need it. Why do you need it? There is a nicer and a politer way of expressing this, and you could do this using the phrase, would you lend me your computer, please? Would you lend me your computer, please? So this is very polite, it's a very proper way, great phrase to be using in a work setting to express the fact that you need it and you're asking for permission to borrow it from me. Careful connected speech here, guys. Would you lend your computer to me, please? Would you lend me your computer to me, please? Also, if you find yourself in a room, it's very cold, and you notice that the window's open, and you feel the need to close that window, tell the person, it's cold, close the window. Now here, guys, this is very direct. A nicer way of expressing this, asking, we need to ask for permission. Could you please close the window? Could you please close the window? Great phrase to be using, especially if you're in school, in an office, working with a lot of people. You're just demanding from them, hey, close the window. Probably not going to listen to you. But if you reworded this and said, could you please close the window? I'm sure they'd be happier to consider closing the window. Careful pronunciation. Could you close the window? Could you close the window? Also, having a look at the sentence, tell me when you're free. For example, maybe you want to set a meeting with somebody and you want to know when they're free. You think that it's okay to ask them, hey, tell me when you're free. This is okay in informal settings with people that you know really well, but in polite settings, formal settings you may find yourself in at work, it'd be better to reword this and say, let me know when you're available. Let me know when you're available. Great phrase to be using to set meetings in advance with colleagues, with partners. Again, pronunciation. Let me know when you're available. Let me know when you're available. Now, if you don't like something, you really hate it, it's okay. You can say, I hate this book, for example, but this is very direct. It's good to be using with friends, family, people that you know really well, but in formal settings, a politer and a nicer way of expressing this could be using the phrase, I'm not fond of this book. I'm not fond of this book. So here you are expressing that you don't like it, but in a very polite and a proper way. Careful pronunciation, I'm not fond of this book. I'm not fond of this book. Also, if something isn't good, for example, your report isn't good, guys, this is very direct. It's not very polite, not the best phrase to be using in a work setting. Instead, a nicer way of expressing this could be, I'm not quite satisfied with your report. I'm not quite satisfied with your report. So here you are still expressing that it isn't good, but in a very nice and in a very polite way. Again, pronunciation, I'm not quite satisfied with your report. I'm not quite satisfied with your report. Remember guys, that practice makes perfect. Make sure to watch this video lesson a few times. Listen, shadow, imitate, copy me out loud so you can practice saying these phrases to help you remember and use them when speaking in English. Now guys, I'd love to hear from you. Share with me in the comments below this video, have you ever found yourself in a situation where maybe you were rude or somebody was rude to you in English? Make sure to add in as much detail as you can so I can help you get out of these awkward situations in the future, in future conversations you have in English. Also, if you like this video lesson, make sure to let me know by smashing that like button. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you know, get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Continue learning with me by downloading my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.